My name is Skylar Allen, and I'm originally from Lumberton, New Jersey. So when I was 17, I started having seizures, and they were non-epileptic seizures, and that's kind of what triggered everything. But I was officially diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I was 19. I have been through a lot medically in the last 8 years. I'm 25 now, I'm about to be 26. And the stress-induced seizures, I think, definitely triggered a lot of things, but I've also had 4 concussions and 6 surgeries and, anesthesia and being cut open so many times that can also trigger fibromyalgia rather than your environment. And for me, it's also very possible that it could be linked to my family. We don't have too much information if fibro is hereditary or not, but I know I'm not the only one in my family that does suffer from chronic pain. So I'm absolutely the first person in my family that was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition, chronic pain condition. But over the years, my grandmother has really struggled with her health. She is somebody that I'm very blessed that I get to talk to because she is somebody that gets it. It's really hard to explain and talk about illness to people who have never personally experienced it. They can try and relate and they can try and empathize as much as they possibly can, but unless you have felt it, it's very different. So being able to talk to my grandmother and call her up and say, I wanted to do all of these things today and now my body isn't listening and, my mind is there, but my body isn't there. What do I do? And she just always says, rest, take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Things can wait. You can always do your laundry. Your laundry can wait another day, but taking care of yourself can't wait. She also knows what it's like and to struggle to have doctors listen to you and believe you. Or the doctors tell me, you're too young to have all of this. And now they're telling her, well, you're getting older, so it could be anything. And, we're both on opposite ages or opposite ends of the age spectrum, and we're both being told virtually the same thing as to why doctors don't have more information for us. I'd say yes and no. I think as a white woman, we have a lot of representation in culture and in media. So I do feel represented in that way. But I think where I don't feel represented is my age, because I am so young and I was diagnosed at 19 years old with a condition that typically women in their 40s and 50s are diagnosed with. So yes, it is a condition where a lot of women or people who identify as women, they have this condition. So for me as a woman, I do feel represented seeing it. But I do feel that young people are often excluded from seeing themselves because, we don't really associate illness with being young, but there are millions of young people who have various conditions. And, when you see drug commercials and you see medical commercials, anything like that, you never typically see a young person, or it's a young person that is a caretaker of the other individual. So that is one thing where I wish we did see a little bit more representation, because there's millions of children, there's millions of teenagers and young adults that do have these conditions that deserve to see themselves. I think one thing that is missing for the fibromyalgia community is support from external sources, whether it's our local, state, federal government, a lot of the support that the fibromyalgia community has been created by us. It's been created by the people who have suffered from this illness, because we've realized that the only thing we truly have is each other. And one thing that is worrisome is that chronic pain is the leading cause of disability in the United States, but federal funding into research for chronic pain accounts for about 3% yearly of their total funding. So I do believe that, this is chronic pain and fibromyalgia have affected enough lives in order for us to be invested in by our government to really truly see what are some of the reasons behind this? What are some of the reasons behind chronic pain? How can we change it? How can we make sure that chronic pain doesn't keep affecting people? And if it does keep affecting people, how we can still have prosperous and successful lives, how we can still be productive members of society while living with chronic pain. And I think it's really important for our politicians and for our government to invest in people like us, because we make up such a large portion of the American population. And I think having external support that is from other people who aren't suffering, as well as our internal support, is something that is just really important. It's very vital.